Rome didn't fall into peace. It was carefully engineered. After decades of civil war, assassinations, and betrayal, the Roman Republic was bleeding to death. Generals fought generals. Brothers fought brothers. And the people were exhausted. Then one man stepped forward, not as a king, not as a dictator, but as something far more dangerous. His name was Augustus. By the 1st century BCE, Rome was no longer a republic in spirit, only in name. Power belonged to generals, not senators. Armies were loyal to men, not the state. Violence had become politics by other means. Julius Caesar tried to impose order through force, and Rome answered with knives. When Caesar was assassinated in 44 BCE, the Republic didn't recover. It collapsed. Civil war returned. Fear ruled the streets, and Romans wanted only one thing now: stability. Into this chaos stepped a teenager. Octavian, Caesar's adopted son, was young, sickly, and underestimated. But he was observant. He watched Rome tear itself apart. He watched powerful men fall. And he learned the most important lesson of all. Romans hated kings, but they loved peace. Through alliances, betrayals, and war, Octavian defeated every rival, including Mark Antony and Cleopatra. When the dust settled, Octavian stood alone at the top. But he would not make Caesar's mistake. In 27 BCE, Octavian did something brilliant. He gave up power. At least, that's what it looked like. He returned authority to the Senate. He rejected the title of king. He accepted the name Augustus, meaning the revered one. Rome believed the Republic had been restored. But behind the scenes, Augustus controlled everything that mattered. The armies, the money, the provinces. Rome felt free again. And that was the illusion. Augustus understood that power doesn't need to be loud to be absolute. With civil war ended, Augustus focused on something no Roman had achieved before: permanent peace. The Pax Romana, Roman peace, was not accidental. It was designed. Roads connected the empire. Trade flourished. Cities grew. Borders were secured by disciplined legions. For the first time in generations, Romans could live without fear of war. Peace became Augustus' greatest weapon. Augustus didn't just rule Rome. He shaped how Romans thought. His face appeared on coins. Temples were built in his honor. Poets like Virgil wrote of Rome's divine destiny, with Augustus at its center. He presented himself not as a ruler, but as Rome's guardian, a father, a restorer of morality, a servant of tradition. This was soft power centuries before the term existed. But peace had a price. Political freedom faded. Dissent disappeared. Power became centralized in one man. Rome no longer chose its leaders. They inherited them. The Republic was dead, and most Romans didn't even notice. Augustus ruled for over 40 years. When he died, Rome did not collapse. That was his greatest success. He left behind an empire that would endure for centuries. Every emperor who followed copied his blueprint. Every strong man in history would study his methods. Rule quietly, control the narrative, give people peace, and they will trade freedom for it. Augustus didn't rule with fear. He ruled with patience, and that made him unstoppable.